Yeah, we're getting banned.
First video on YouTube, demonetized.
I'm not even. I don't even want to make money on YouTube. I just want to. I want to be out there because all these youngsters are saying, we should go on YouTube, and I had to Google YouTube to see what it was.
Yeah, actually, I don't know.
What? You're against it?
YouTube, a radio show.
Yeah, but
like
there's other
watching
off-air
Patreon.
antics.
You're already doing the work.
Off-air.
You're already doing the work.
Yes.
I mean, put it out there, man.
This is the uncut version.
What do you call it? You could do Instagram. You could do. All right.
I could set you up to rebroadcast a stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. You could probably have your own category on Twitch.
You probably could. we could probably
gun store.
What that would be, but we. All right, for the tape, Gun for Hire Radio, Season 8, Episode 377 is live to tape. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Nice. Sign language. That's good. I should learn signing. Okay, 5 seconds. And stand by. Live from the land that freedom forgot, the most listened to Second Amendment broadcast in the nation. Welcome to it, and hello, YouTube.
This will probably be our first and last YouTube broadcast for some kind of content. John Willet is in the studio today. If you don't know John, you're dumb. John's been a Second Amendment figure in the state of New Jersey, and a fighting patriot and a Marine for the past how many years now? You were with me in Trenton.
Are we counting my time in the Marines?
No, you were with me in Trenton how many years ago? 5 years ago?
Oh, man. I don't even know. I remember writing a blog post when you guys first started the podcast and being out there.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
But you were out with us in that freezing sideways rain.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah. I was at the very end.
12, I think that was.
Sideways rain.
Yeah, they had me at the very end.
Yes, which was okay. So you did cleanup, but this is our first show on YouTube, so I'm supposed to keep it clean. So we'll probably get banned for content or something, but we're not fake news, and I don't think we're out there. We're really legitimate in what we do. But stop laughing at me, John. I got John on the show because SafeCon is right around the corner, and I want to talk about that and why you should be there. So we're trying this YouTube thing out, and Sandy's against it. That's why he's not on the camera at all. We got a screen here.
I'm not on the camera because I'm behind the camera.
That's right. And say hello, John, into your camera.
Hello, John.
I don't even know how any of this crap is going to work out. We'll see. My team is setting it up. YouTube channel, Facebook, this thing, that thing. I don't even know.
And they're twitching.
I don't even know. I have a hard enough time with Ants Rants, and which have gone extremely viral.
Yeah, I really like those.
Those are fantastic. And I messaged you to tell you that, by the way. Those videos of you on the those videos of you on the range, absolutely fantastic.
Oh, did you see my dot drill? 10 for 10. I hit every circle.
I didn't see the dot drill.
CZ 75, 9mm, 10 rounds, and I got a jam. First shot, slide failed to go fully into battery.
Really?
I did a check, I pressed check, I tapped it, I got right back on, and I did numbers 1 through 10, 3-inch diameter circles from 12 feet away, and I hit every one of them. And then I just retired after that.
Wait a minute, you're surprised.
Well, I didn't shoot for 3 years.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. My speed is lacking, and I'm working on that.
Speed is lacking, but you're...
But, and then the other day, for the first time, I did a Facebook Live. I sat outside the new building and I turned it on. So I've done 3 Facebook Lives already where people ask questions and interact. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try that again. So
it's becoming these social media
sorry, I have a medical condition.
That's okay. Yes.
YouTube can't ban me for that, right?
Dude, they can ban you for anything.
They could ban me if I said I would like to take the Twitter, Google, Apple, Facebook CEOs, put them together and do a Three Stooges slap routine.
What?
just because they're the masters of the universe now and they can censor and do whatever they want.
Yeah, goodbye, First Amendment.
Yeah, they're pretty much running the show now, which kind of sucks.
We've been saying this for quite a while. I mean, you're seeing this happen. 8 years ago, we talked about the coming insurrection.
Correct.
And you're seeing it play out now.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the San Bernardino terrorist? Apple wouldn't unlock the phone.
Yeah.
But they unlocked Paul Manafort's phone.
It's amazing.
Okay, and nobody heard about that in the news, by the way.
Well, nobody's going to hear about that in the news because the news is one-sided censored.
Correct. Like I would walk Tim Cook out of a room and I'd make sure his head hit the door jamb 60 or 70 times.
He slipped. I'm sorry, Your Honor, he slipped. It was a slippery floor.
I have an announcement to make.
Yeah.
You know I'm running for NRA board.
No,
and
nobody knows
massive
that.
amounts of people are supporting me. My petitions are due back to me about September 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the gun ranges throughout the United States, I can't believe I'm getting petitions from Kansas, Iowa. You can't believe it, but
Any from Atlanta? It's Stoddard?
my petitions are the best petitions. Nobody gets petitions better than me. Nobody. The best. Okay, the best petitions.
Dude, you're the wrong color for that. You need to
Everybody tells me.
Everybody tells me. Everybody I talk to says.
Everybody tells me. Why are you staring at the window?
Oh, it just got quiet. So
It is on camera, though.
Calandro for NRA.
If people are running,
I don't care.
that's the
I know
issue.
why though. Calandro for NRA. Go onto my website. So August 15th was my deadline to send my bio and confidential info to the nomination committee, and the secretary Stephanie Daniels, who rocks, by the way. She's as crazy as me. She answers emails like 4 a.m. You know, I sent.
She does listen to the show.
Yeah, I hope, but so she really rocks, and she responded. They confirmed receipt of all my stuff. So now August 25th, the nomination committee decides. Now I'm going to be at NRA the week of September 2nd to September 8th for board meetings, and I'm also receiving an award for 2A Activist Center of the Year award. So listen to this. A special announcement came out from the president, Matt Andress, from Coalition of New Jersey Firearms Owners, CNJFO. CNJFO announces with great pleasure and honor that on September 8th, Dave Rosie Rosenthal will be presented with the J.M. Littlefield Memorial Volunteer of the Year Award from the NRA.
Wow, that's really...
So Rosie and I are both getting awards. Two
That's
guys
excellent.
from New Jersey at the same time.
The land that the NRA forgot?
And no, they didn't forget it. They're fighting lawsuits. Now let me tell you something. Between the NRA, ANJRPC,
See, I'm not running for the board.
I could CNJFO.
I mean, if you're making that contention, I'll fight you on it. I mean, I have no problem with that.
Well, but the NRA helps with lawsuits, big time funding of lawsuits. I think the NRA does do a good job of selling itself on what
Yes.
it does. They need to sell their accomplishments better. But you know, CNJFO is a huge supporter of SafeCon, huge supporter of ANJRPC, huge supporter
Rosie's
of the
done an
NRA.
incredible job with that.
Yeah,
organization.
so all of the organizations with GunForHireRadio and the Second is for Everyone and the Saul Group have really stepped it up. And now we're getting, and listen, this recognition, having Rosie down there the same week as me and Scott Bach and Evan Knappin and everything, it can't hurt us, gentlemen and ladies that are listening. So congratulations to Rosie for your tireless efforts. I'm proud to call you my friend. John, we're going to talk about SafeCon a little bit, but I want to tell you guys what happened here last week. Last week, we have a range full of people at 6 p.m., and Matt comes running into the front door and says, Aunt, there's a lot of water coming up the street. I'm like, well, Matt, torrential downpour outside. What are you going to do? He goes, no, there's a lot of water coming down the street. I go out front. Guys, a tidal wave came up McBride Avenue, 3 feet high.
Wow.
And washed away everything in its path. Cars were
Did the river
spinning.
overflow its banks? Or did
What
something
happened
break?
was there's across the highway from us is a Jeep dealership. They parked their vehicles on the grass because they had no extra room,
Right.
and it caused like a mudslide, and 17 Jeeps went into the Peckman River, went down to the 46 bridge and dammed it. The water rose over the bank of the Peckman, went across Route 46 highway,
Oh my God.
and went into Little Falls in Woodland Park and hit us with 3 feet of water that did not recede for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
We had a foot of water in the range. The businesses behind me are totaled. The fire department came, told us we had to evacuate the building by about 8:30 at night. So Matt and I took front door mats and made L's out of them and put them in front of our front door and stood outside to hold the water so it was only seeping in through the cracks of the sliding doors out front. But we were still taking on water. Fire department finally came and said, everybody's getting out of the water. There's electrical lines down, so we don't roast. We had to evacuate all of our customers out the back door. Customers lost cars. Employees lost cars. They got flooded up to their door handles. Okay,
Wow.
their cars were floating everywhere.
Oh my God.
So what happened was I was still in the building, in the back in our new building where the new range is being built, and a couple of my guys heard the pet boarding place behind us, Club Barks. They heard dogs and stuff. So they scooted over there. The water was waist high, by the way,
Wow.
with a current.
Wow.
It was washing me around, okay? Honestly, they went over and they saw that there was dogs in Club Barks, and there was 2 techs that were there that were overwhelmed. They got the fire department. The girls opened the door. It was hard to open the door because you had 3 feet of water
Oh,
on one
sure,
side
yeah.
and 3
Nothing
inches
in-
on the
yeah,
other
right,
side, right?
exactly,
Glass
yeah.
door. They got in. Jimmy calls my cell phone. I'm in the new edition, and he's over there, and he's like, they have no place to put these dogs. What could we do? My guys, Gun for Hire trucks and a half track or a deuce and a half. I'm a civilian maggot. They did a bucket brigade. We took 17 dogs. We helped them bring more dogs to the West Patterson Volunteer Fire Department and saved all the dogs. And it was a beautiful thing. One of the dogs was John Uzzolino, Lieutenant Uzzolino from town, Woodland Park. It was his dog, Logan, was one of the dogs that got rescued. And the dogs, the blankets were wet, their dishes were trashed, some of them pooped in their cages or whatever. Mike got him and Ellie and his wife Kristen and a bunch of other people. They got blankets and pillows and food and towels and this and that. It was a phenomenal Herculean effort. And I'm going to continue it when we come back, and then I'm going to give it over to the big JW.
That's just incredible.
Yes. I'm having an earwax issue. Earwax issue. I keep forgetting the camera's this way. I'm looking towards the light like a moth.
Why should that be anything?
So, John, your wife hasn't killed you yet, right?
No.
But she will eventually.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's practicing the stabbing as
Yeah.
we.
There's 2 ways to argue with a woman. Neither one works.
Well, I just try to avoid and hide. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
It's like what's that school that SEALs go to where it's about escape and evasion? SEER school.
Yeah,
That's my life.
Sandy's wife is Sicilian, so he sleeps with one eye open every night.
Absolutely, one eye open.
She has the stiletto.
Yeah.
It's not
They-
stiletto?
Yeah, they did invent
Yeah,
this stiletto.
stiletto. I think it's stiletto heels. One track mind. The stiletto switchblade. Italian switchblade.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. Get it out now.
It's called Veppo. Veppo. They don't pay me anything. It's a vape, tobacco. It has nicotine because they won't let me smoke my Padron anniversary in the show because they're both
No.
sissies.
No.
No,
No,
that's
it's
what I
just
got.
that we both don't want to die of lung
I-
cancer. That's
I
all.
just had a chest X-ray. 57 years old.
Yeah.
All clear. All clear.
All clear, huh?
Mhm.
That's how it begins.
That's how it starts.
And in 2 weeks, I'm going for a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. And Dr. Mancy says he's going to make the meat in the middle.
Make sure they do the endoscopy first because they use the
See?
gonna
Patty
be
says
like-
the same thing.
You're gonna be like a set of Chinese finger cuffs.
Oh.
It's like Obamacare. That's the ravages of Obamacare. You know?
Oh, the bump bump. With this new YouTube thing, I have to listen to the whole commercial now. This will be our first and
Sponsors.
last week YouTubing.
Thank you. Yes, because we will not have sponsors anymore. 20 seconds.
Yep. Well, that was try. Anybody want a GoPro cheap? We got two
Yeah, we
of
got
them.
2 of them.
And some kind of fancy light
And
that
some
makes
fancy
me look
lighting.
bald because no one was here to powder me noggin.
I was telling Sandy he's gonna come in a couple weeks. There'll be a makeup,
Yeah.
I need a cape and a scepter.
hair and makeup.
You're still with the scepter.
I need a scepter. I can't. I got to be careful what I say now because of YouTube.
You don't
All
care
right,
about
5 seconds.
monetization, you're fine.
And stand by.
So, this segment is brought to you by Medallion Chiropractic. Pronounced Medallion, but spelled Medallian. Madalian. Medallion Chiropractic on 573 Valley Road in Wayne, New Jersey. Dr. Medallion was on the show last week talking about what he can do for all of us shooters out there and us old people with aches and pains. He's worked on my wrist 3 times now, and it's feeling much better. He's using some therapy stuff. But right there are the 3 bite marks from Uzi's dog Logan that bit me when I tried to put him back in the crate because he was traumatized. Does it look infected, Sandy?
No, it's fine.
Does it look infected, Sandy?
It does not look infected.
Sandy, does it look infected?
Okay, it's infected.
Right, it looks infected.
Yeah,
right,
terrible,
yeah, I thought
yeah.
that. Right, John?
I think we need like an extreme close-up on that
Right,
for the
right.
for the audience.
It looks
at home.
infected. It looks
Except for
infected,
the
right?
lawyer. Yeah.
It's for my lawyer, yes. Thank you, Rabinowitz, and Rabinowitz. We'll be talking. So, Medallion, Madalian, medallionchiropractic.com. Check him out. Go see him. Do your thing. Support those who support us. By the way, the doc sent me a message Sunday morning if we needed anything, food for the dogs, blankets, anything else. So that's how we all work in this community.
If he has a stack of 50s extra. Then.
So to make a long story short, the guys secured the dogs all over the place. My team, the people that were involved with the dogs was everybody at Adamanelli's, and my team was Jimmy, Freddie, Bobby, Hess, and Ish. Okay, everybody kicked butt to do what they had to do. So we were here all night doing cleanup because the water receded around 11 o'clock at night. Well, we're supposed to open Sunday 8 o'clock in the morning. My team, Tom O'Byrne's team, Tom O'Byrne, me, all my staff, management, everything, we put out a call to action. People stayed all night. Who showed up 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, runs to Manhattan Bagel, runs for food. We opened up 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's incredible.
Okay, 2 hours later than normal. So we
What did the
closed
parking
4
lot
hours
look like
early.
that next morning?
Muddy.
That was it.
Yeah,
the
but we
water is gone.
correct. Well, it was gone by 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Wow.
We Tom O'Byrne's guys came. They hooked up a 4-inch fire hose.
Yeah.
They cleaned the whole lot.
Wow.
There was no mud except for the cars that were stuck here. So anyway, the dogs were secured. The next day, the techs started to come to get the dogs. Club Barks has been devastated. They got like 3 feet solid water, mud. Everything's wiped out. I guess they got the dogs, most of them, back to their owners or whatever. And so we started to. CBS 5 contacted me, and Fox, CBS News, I'm sorry, New York,
2.
and Fox 5. CBS 2 and Fox 5 contacted me. They came in and they did stories about it, which I thought was really cool. I gave my staff and everybody else involved, Adamanelli's, all credit for it. But we didn't get any media coverage from New Jersey because New Jersey state-run media now, because Murphy's given them a $5 million grant to help support them because they're broke. And so I thought that was interesting that happened. Yeah. I also had someone comment that we saved the dogs for media optics.
Of course.
When Jimmy called me up at 8:30 at night
they don't
and said
too well, do
the
they?
dogs were flooding
Yeah.
and we need a
We would
place
have
to
left the
store
babies
them.
in the carriages and gone for the dogs.
Nothing of media at all came to my mind.
Right.
All I thought was, there's dogs in
dogs.
danger,
Right.
bring them all here. I don't know how it was going to play out. Maybe we would have had the dogs for an hour and the owners would have come. I don't know. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know when the water was going to recede. So that's all a bunch of BS. But it's just interesting.
Dude, there's asshats everywhere.
Correct. And then Murphy came to visit the ravaged areas, and he only visited Little Falls. He didn't come to Woodland Park, and I posted it's probably because he didn't want to be associated with the dogs, the gun range, and the 50 businesses behind me. Mayor Kazmark said that it was his decision because it was more residents affected. There was more residents affected than it was businesses in Little Falls. But even if the mayor brought him here, the governor wouldn't have acknowledged the gun range or anything else. And I'm okay with that because we know the type of people we are. And now getting to that point, why us knowing the type of people that we are, This is our 4th year where John Willet is organizing, hosting. Look! Dr. Renucci is in the camera now with his dog visiting the show. Thank you very much. I think his dog might have been in Club Barks. I'm not sure. John, this is the 4th year John is hosting and planning and running and coordinating. And when I used to teach Dale Carnegie, it was Plura de Coco: planning, organizing, directing, controlling, coordinating. That's what John and Rachel are doing for SafeCon. John, start talking who, what, where, why, when, etc., etc.
All right, so we'll start with the when. September 22nd, 2018. A little over, right around a month away now. And we're going to be down in Cumberland County, at Vineland, New Jersey, Cumberland County College.
Where we started 4 years ago.
Yeah, we're
Full
going
circle.
back. We're going back to the roots, and it's going to be the
really
first.
nice venue. I really like that.
Are you
it's
going? Are you
fabulous.
stopping by this time or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fabulous place.
Aren't we doing the show live from there or no?
If you want. Last time you had. Anyway.
Last time we did. Last time I was. Last year I was away for the first time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but we already know how to set it up if we go down to Cumberland County because
you
we've
see
done
that?
it before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk, John.
All
How
right.
can people find it? How do you want to
So-
donate? How do you want to volunteer?
Go to
377
SafeCon.
consecutive shows. Never missed one.
njsafecon.net.
I did.
You can go find out about it. Click on the read more. You'll be able to see where you can get tickets. We have a Facebook event set up, so you can go to the Facebook page. Just go to NJSafe. You'll find the Facebook page, NJSafeCon, and we have the event there, so you can acknowledge that you're coming to the event on Facebook and find the link to buy tickets there.
Buy your tickets
are
ahead of time.
$20.
20 stinking dollars. Great venue. There's a Chick-fil-A right there. When we went 4 years ago, there was power
was-
failures to everything.
Oh, it was some-
the
No,
Chick-fil-A was
We
closed.
didn't have power failures.
Oh.
The first time we were in Vineland, we had the hurricane off coast.
Right.
I believe Anthony categorized it as a Category 5 drizzle.
Yes.
Yes. And then in North Jersey we had the
In
power failure.
Parsippany, we had the power
That's right.
failure. Last year, there were no weather-driven events that
Locusts.
created problems before us. I'm hoping that holds out for us.
But down in the
Vineland.
Vineland, there's a Chick-fil-A.
There's a Chick-fil-A
right
down there now.
nearby.
Very popular. Very
That's
popular
new
Chick-fil-A.
since the last one.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and it's fantastic.
Because I had to
Well,
scope
of
it out.
course.
So listen,
Now,
John.
this will be Cam Edwards' first time coming to Vineland, so it's our second.
It's easier for him. He
But the
lives
first,
down there
it's a little.
somewhere.
Every time we go a little bit further south,
in
it's easier
Virginia.
for him.
He was
Yeah.
Virginia.
So-
it's a
Same thing.
different state.
So we're looking at.
Thing.
It's going to save him about 2 hours
Same thing.
of his.
Oh, but I gotta be
8-hour drive.
inconvenienced.
Do you- I mean, stop just for a moment and appreciate the fact that he's never been outside of 5 miles outside of the city of Newark, New Jersey. So anything
Unless he
outside-
flies to
it's down
Europe.
there somewhere.
That's different.
He's flying over things. He's good. He's flying over things.
You got
he's fine.
cows and
I
stuff
have
down
a
there,
feeling.
right?
I have a feeling when Anthony's coming down the turnpike, he's flying then as well.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
might, if I can. If I didn't have a morbid fear of helicopters, I would have one already.
You have
honestly.
this is something.
Oh yeah, I've
fear
never
of
been in a
I've
helicopter.
known you forever.
I'm never getting in a helicopter.
Really? Why?
No, the guy Jerry, a friend of mine that died of cancer 2 years ago, he owned a helicopter. He used to offer me all the time. Come on, we'll go around the city. No, I'm good. I just don't
Really?
trust
Never?
being anything that doesn't have any natural loft. Sorry.
Well, it drops like a rock. It
It-
does spin down.
It's
It's not-
rotary wing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my thing. You know, you saw what Scully did. He landed a plane in the water. There's always that chance, you know.
You're right,
With a
sure.
helicopter,
Well, they
there's not.
do land. It just
Yeah,
a little
what's it called,
harder.
a hard land?
Yeah, it's a little harder.
So, anyway, asking about the conference.
Yes.
I just want to take a moment, think about where we are right now and where we're going to be in about a month. We have a Supreme Court nominee that's
Kavanaugh.
on his way to being confirmed, I would think, right? We have cases from New Jersey that are on their way to the Supreme Court as
Cheeseman
well.
and the NJRPC.
That's right. We got 2 cases, well, 3 cases if we count the magazine one eventually.
Correct.
And you know, we have our situation now since the last SafeCon with the new governor. So we're in a very interesting place right now, I think, as a community of gun owners here in New Jersey, in that we have new threats like we've never had before. we had recognized the threat last year, but now we're under
we
that
had
veil.
Christie holding the line at least last time. Now we have
but
nothing.
We've also created new opportunities. So I think we're in an interesting place that we weren't in before. We're going to be talking about all of that at SafeCon. I'm going to have Dr. Gianni Pirelli down there. We're going to be going deep into the mental health issues and how it relates to the laws that were passed. We're going to have Dan Schmutter doing a deep dive on the litigation that's taking place. We're going to have, for the first time ever, Lou Knappen addressing our
Is Evan going to be there
attendees.
too, or just
Evan's not going to make it, but Lou's going to be coming down.
Lou's good to have
And
around.
he's going to be giving us the in and outs of kind of the daily grind on fighting these cases here in New Jersey when he's working for gun owners. So I'm very
Lou
excited.
Is the napping, for those who don't know, Lou is the napping behind the napping.
The
Yes.
napping behind the napping. I like that.
I've been in court with Lou. He's
Right.
represented me.
And then we'll
he's
have-
good to have around.
And then we'll have Cam Edwards coming in to talk about the national picture and maybe give us some inspiration. So I'm excited. I'm as excited for this SAFE conference as I've been for any of them.
You're excited?
Absolutely.
I'm always excited. Listen, we have vendors, we have volunteers, we have supporters, we have speakers. I don't know what the format is going to be this year, but it takes it's a lot of work that what John and Rachel do to plan this. And if you have a business that you should be making a donation to get into program or be an advertiser, you should. If Vineland's too far for you, people are coming from all over the state of New Jersey. A lot of
And
Gun for
people
Hire
do actually
followers are
live in
coming.
South Jersey. There are
Really?
people who live there.
Really?
Yeah.
They eat pork roll.
Yeah.
We
You
eat
eat
Taylor
pork
ham.
roll. You just call
I
it
eat Taylor ham. So John is looking for supporters, advertisers, sponsors. I don't know if he's looking for speakers or anything. I haven't been too involved with this. It's taken a lot out of me getting my NRA stuff in order and the bio and the flood. And now I have to have my PowerPoint set up because I'm teaching at NRA Carry Guard the second weekend of September. The first weekend of September I'll be in Fairfax for board meetings. The second weekend I will be in Richmond for Richmond Family Weekend with Patty and Michaela, and I will be teaching Carry Guard 3 days in a row. And then the next weekend is SafeCon. So it's a busy September for me.
Sneaking up on you.
Yeah, it's right around the corner, and I'm a little scared. So, and we have a car show in between too, where I'm bringing my blue car in Clifton.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just what the hell.
You haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, last year. All 4 weekends are accounted for now.
Well,
so
it's
in
done, yeah,
September.
pretty
Yeah.
much,
Hopefully I could drive my blue car in October. So John, there's other places people can find SafeCon and info. Give them the emails, the website, the domain, the whatever. We still say www. No, we don't anymore. Just hit it.
There we go. njsafecon.net.
Sure.
You can email me, John, at njsafecon.net. I've had people emailing me. I mean, we already have volunteers lined up. Things are coming together. It's going to be a great event.
We're going to talk about some of last year's and previous sponsors too, and how you can fit into it.
And really,
Thank
you don't have to be in the firearms industry. This is something that a lot of people attend. If you're in any business and you don't
Well,
get there,
we're going to talk about that. It's not all gun people that are there. Thank you. All right, we're back on the
Okay,
YouTube
Rob.
only thing now, okay? And any dentist out there that listen to the show, I want to pull someone's tooth. If you could...
Wait a minute. You begin this entire episode saying, I don't want to get banned from YouTube, okay? Now you're looking to...
Why is this a
for
banning issue?
instruction.
No, that's not- well,
Because
how's
I
that
know
gonna
where
get
this
you
is
banned?
going.
I want to... Here's how it works. 2 parts. If there's a dentist
out of
listening,
control.
all
You
right,
see what I have to
like
put up
Brian Tans from New York. Here's the deal. If you could let me pull one of your patient's teeth after you knock them out, I step in. I want to see what it's like.
His license means nothing to him.
If you can't do that, can I bring somebody? And do they have to be conscious? What?
I'm not going to ask who you bring.
I got a list, but I don't want an easy tooth. I don't want a baby tooth.
No, like a
I don't want.
molar
I want a.
shit.
Yeah, I
You
want
want-
a good tooth. Okay. I want to
Okay,
feel.
here's the thing: is if you want an easy tooth, it's probably one that shouldn't be pulled.
I want to pull one that shouldn't be pulled. I'm revising it. So any dentist out there that, if you're thinking about it, we'll even have you on the show. We can discuss it.
Because then what they're going to want to do after they let you do this is publicize that
Yes,
they did.
exactly.
Yes, and dentists.
The dental board is going to appreciate the
Dentists are like doctors, right? They have sutures and antiseptic and stuff. So if you went to
Not
a
a dentist,
dentist,
I don't know what they
so
have.
but if you went to a dentist like 3 a.m. with something that resembled like a gunshot wound, they could help, right? No,
Yeah, they do have. You know,
Right?
as long as he was shot in the face.
right? Oh,
I guess it would be.
Dr.
would be good.
Renucci is a malofaxol doctor. He put. I did that one in my mouth.
Did he?
Yeah, he
Let's
did
see
that
it
one.
again. Oh, nice. He did a good
He
job.
did a post,
Yeah.
and then he did a toofus.
The Toofus. Yeah.
He did a post and a toofus.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So he's a good man, actually. He just went by with his dog. I hope if that was his dog was in Club Barks, if I had known that, I would have rescued that one too, like Logan.
You would have got bit twice.
I don't care. Listen, any dog, those dogs could have been. Here's what happened with Logan. I took Logan for a really long walk. I brought him back. The other dogs were freaking. I got his head into the crate. I reached down to disconnect the leash from the collar, and he snapped at me.
Yeah. Well, he was scared.
I'm a stranger. I put
Right.
my hand on the back of his head or
Right,
whatever, and
right.
he just flipped back and snapped at me.
Sure.
You know
5
what?
seconds.
Not the end of the world.
No.
Went
not
right
at
back. So
All right,
we
come
did
on
what we
back.
had to do.
all. Stand by.
Gun for Hire cigar. And this segment is brought to you by Gun Sitters, who's been a big supporter of SafeCon since its inception. Gunsitters.com and their military division weapons guard. They have their main location is on Route 10 East in Whippany, in the Pine Plaza. And they have another location in Easton, PA, one in Salisbury, Maryland, one coming in Vegas, and one coming in Hawaii pretty soon. So talking about Gun Sitters, they're being a sponsor from the beginning of SafeCon. Roger Garrett, Purely Water, Bullet Hole. The early ones was a lot more gun ranges. I'm probably the only gun range now, right? Everybody's kind of dropping out.
Range?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we only.
I
Are
mean,
you serious?
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
have a couple. We had a couple exhibitors that were
Okay.
ranges, but
Yeah. But this year-
I think you're the only gold sponsor who's.
Okay.
Unless
Like-
you're counting NJRBC
okay.
as kind of a range too.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about privately owned for
Right.
profit. They're pissing me off.
That's unbelievable.
You
I
know,
can't even.
Laszlo from Monster Coatings. Who else was there? Who else did we have? Yeah.
Monster
What's his
Coating,
name?
they'll be back.
John from the surveying company. He's a platinum member here.
Right, and then we had Sandra from the from Geiger.
Oh yeah. Sandy
Who
Rita.
not even related to
No,
firearms
yeah.
at all.
No.
Yeah. Premium.
Yeah, premium
products.
incentives, premium promotions.
Yeah, and then we've had groups like Oath Keepers and the Libertarians in New Jersey, and
So there's plenty of businesses that should have a booth set up, but if you don't, look at Jay Moore, A. Mike Candido, right? Purely Water. These people put their money where their mouth was, and they
Right.
wrote a check.
Right.
And then I talk about it on the show. These guys from last year and the year before, I'm mentioning them now. You can get pretty much free advertising by emailing John or calling John, sending him a message and say you're interested in cutting a check. John sends me a list of people, and we start talking about it. And who knows, a week or 3 after SafeCon, we might have you on the show, like we did Roger Garrett and Chris Garrett, to talk about their experience with Purely Water. We had John from the surveying company come on also.
oh man, Galini and Harris. I think
Yeah,
it
so
was.
we had. I mean, we'll do that. We want to keep it all in the
I mean, for
family.
the check that they write to John, they've got 1 million people that they're going to be reaching on this show.
Seriously.
So that's, you know what that would cost anywhere else?
So all of you listening to the show, I don't care what you do. Bonita Boy, everybody else out there, kitchen cabinets. I know all of you people out there. Come on, man. Just cut a check. You'll be in a program. We always
I
print a
don't
beautiful
understand
program
this
out and everything,
range
right?
thing.
They're- right, we always have a handout that lists all the sponsors and our exhibitors, and then also includes our agenda for the.
I save them because you know how many times a week I get messages from people, I need a roofer, I need a plumber, I need this, I
Right.
want to keep it in the family.
Sure.
And I've been saying for years, someone should come up with a two-way only website like Doctors for Responsible Gun
Right,
Owners.
right.
We should have a two-way friendly website like a shoppers club or something.
Right.
Where everybody let them make a donation to support it, but I don't have enough time for that.
Well, now, John, how come?
I got a hard enough time taking care of myself.
Are these people getting booths and everything? The ranges and the gun stores?
It's a mix. So we have exhibitor spots available, so that you'll get a table on a couple of seats, and you're able to interact with people. And then we also have sponsorships. The sponsorships are to have a visual presence,
Okay.
but not necessarily a booth. And,
so they could have both. You could have a visual presence and you
can
both.
right. So you can combine those things and mix them up however you want.
And I'm speaking.
And we have different level of sponsorship. So you start at the exhibitor, and then you go up to silver sponsorship, and then we also have the gold sponsorships. Gold sponsorships get the highest level of visibility. So every year at the conference, I have a huge banner now, and on that banner, I put all the gold sponsors up on the banner. It's on the stage that people are looking at, that we're videotaping. You can go on YouTube now, if you visit the NJ SafeCon YouTube page, you can go and look. That banner is front and center in front of everybody who ever watches that video.
A year's worth of advertising.
Multiple years, because I have video.
Yeah,
I have video
exactly.
going back
This
to
is
2015.
It's not a
4 years.
one-shot deal.
But here's the deal. For a small donation, you get year-round coverage. We're always looking for people for support. Everybody asks what they can do. And one thing is, people say, oh, what are you doing this for? New Jersey's a lost cause, right? Because the legislature, judicial, and the executive branch are done. So we'll just give up and roll over.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Man.
Why don't we, Linda Rose comes down. We get so many members and supporters of the 2A community to come down. It's just a great day to hang out together.
Right.
See what's going on, talk to each other. And what time is it, from 10 to 4?
We open the doors at 9.
Oh, at 9?
And then we'll be kicking everybody out at 5.
I got to get up that early. I'm working that Saturday night here.
Yeah, vendor setup's going to be like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So.
All I have is a cape and a scepter, so it won't be a problem for me. What's going on, John? Give us some more speakers that are going to be down there, or what do you got planned?
So, it's a similar setup to what we've had before. I mean, the formula of it doesn't change. We're going to have the best information available from the best experts available in New Jersey on Second Amendment issues and firearms. And we're also going to have, the people that are most committed to the cause as a community getting together. You got guys like Sean Fisher and Tony Simon, who are building a community of their own with their podcasts, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Who've been doing training and stuff all over the place. And Tony with his diversity shoots here.
Yep.
You and him partnering on that. I mean, we got guys like that. We got, you mentioned CNJFO. I mean, those guys, they just committed a bunch of money to help ANJRPC with the lawsuits.
Yep.
I mean, this is the community event for the Second Amendment in New Jersey. And that's what it's all about. So we're gonna learn from the people who are the experts. We're gonna network with each other, and then we're gonna engage in whatever activity we can afterwards, between each conference year to year.
And it's September 22nd. Kids are back to school 2 or 3 weeks already. Halloween is a month away. Thanksgiving is 2 months away. Why we don't have 5,000 people show up for an event like this is your fault. You people listening, buy 5 tickets, $20 a ticket. Buy 5 tickets for $100 and bring people with you.
Mm-hmm.
Bring pro-gun people with you. Bring on-the-fence people with you. If everybody brought 4 people with them, okay,
right.
How much fun could we have? We could blow this place up. I want to hear John say we can't sell any more tickets. We're done. We're outside.
Right.
We're outside the doors. We're done.
Yeah.
That's what should happen. But what happens is people don't come to these events. People talk shit about these events. People talk crap about these events. And then what happens is, Murphy, it's coming back. There's like 80 bills that are queued up that are coming back when the fall session starts
That's
again.
right.
And then just like I get now, I'm getting customers, 5 customers a week minimum walk in. When did this mag ban pass?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
How many days do I have? I didn't know this was happening. Where were you? Where were you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you're attending NJ SafeCon, you're at the forefront of knowledge about what's happening in the state. Also, you're meeting fantastic people. We have people who've been to the conference every single year. They've become regular volunteers now, and they're people that you can count on when you need help with something, and you meet them through this great community that we have, where everybody supports each other.
That issue alone should do it, because we don't have places where we can hang out. New Jersey is so different than every other state. You go to a free state and people will sit over lunch and talk about firearms or going to the range or whatever, where here you don't usually get that opportunity because you're a closet gun owner. Just that camaraderie, the ability to communicate with other people and just hang out, the esprit de corps that happens, it's just that alone.
I can't agree with you more. When we were in Parsippany and the lights went out and just a sea of flashlights appeared out of nowhere.
It was the greatest scene I've ever seen. Nowhere else was everybody prepared.
Right. The sea of flashlights. We get to the point where at the end of the conference, Evan looks like he's got a spotlight on him or something from somebody. I don't know, like a 200 lumen lens or something. I'm not sure what's going on.
It was great.
But and people are hanging out through the conference. I mean, the content is so good. I mean, that room. So the power goes out. It's not just the lights. It was the air conditioning. I mean,
it was stuffy.
It was hot.
Yes.
But the
stuffy.
content's so good. I mean, people stay.
Yes.
You know,
Nobody left. I didn't
because you're
see
committed.
Yeah. I was sweating that day like Joe Biden at a kindergarten convention.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Just moving
So
on.
yeah, I mean the community around it is strong, and I mean that's a testament to you guys doing this show and everybody else who's working in the community day to day to keep building it. You know, New Jersey's had a problem in the sense that, you know, for a
Stockholm Syndrome?
For a time, we've let the culture of lawful gun ownership get eviscerated in this state.
30 years.
We're building it back up, but it's going to take time. So, you know, the folks who are thinking, you know, that we can win this stuff or why haven't we won it already,
Nope.
It's going to take time to build this back up. But we're in a position now where we've had opportunities like we've never had before. And I'm excited to see how it's going to play out, you know, down in the Supreme Court with the work that ANJRPC, NRA, and CNJFO are doing.
We'll see, but so my challenge was $100 to buy 5 tickets, one for yourself, for 4 other people. But if you have a business, product, or service, the other thing is, Leo from A Little Cake, how about donating some snacks for us with some advertising on it? I can go on and on with the people that we have that are members of the range that support
own
here.
small businesses,
Okay,
who
donate a gift certificate for John to raffle off. It's not going to be a big market, maybe because we're in Vineland. Maybe you only have 30 people bidding on your product, but maybe once you get them into your business, maybe they'll want to come back. What do you have to lose? But John also needs sponsors. He also needs people to help underwrite this. John, what's your salary on this every year?
I have a couple
since
people
last year,
take me
too.
out for dinner sometimes. but-
Okay. And what does Rachel get paid for all the stress and aggravation, and her mom helping you for 24/7?
Of love and affection.
Love and affection. Okay. John makes zero off of this. Believe me, I know.
and his eternal commitment and gratification.
Correct. And then
Gratitude.
people give him crap for why you're hosting it where New Jersey's a done deal. Don't ever say it's a done deal. Who knows?
It's
you
a
might
done
have
deal because of that mindset.
Correct. You might have somebody there talk to Dan Schmutter, and Dan Schmutter might get an idea
Right.
for an angle or a story,
Right.
whatever the case may
Right.
be. Maybe we'll get media coverage this year. This is the 4th year, right?
It's the 4th year.
Maybe we'll get media
Whether or
coverage.
not we get media,
Other than
I wouldn't
NRA
bet on
News.
it.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Hey, you know
South
what?
Jersey.
I'll give a shout out to Cam Edwards.
Hell
here
yeah.
because he's been talking it up on NRA News. Like,
Every time I'm on, he talks about it.
absolutely, and often in between. So a huge thank you to Cam for, you know, not only agreeing to come, but for talking about
Every year he comes.
what's
right?
happening since Parsippany. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. He had me on the show earlier this week about the dog rescue and everything. We did like a 10-minute segment, and we were talking about how the mainstream media, you know, in New Jersey refuses to cover it
Yeah.
because, God forbid, you know, then they won't get their $5 million grant from Murphy. Just like Venezuela here now.
Right.
We have state-run media.
State-run media. Yeah. It's
So-
popular in the Soviet Union, from what I read.
Pravda NJ.
Pravda NJ. More takers than makers.
Yeah, that's socialism. Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, we're out.
I've gotten crap for that statement. More takers than makers. They say it's a racist statement.
How could that be racist?
Because I guess takers are all minorities.
Now that is a racist thought.
Correct. Not a racist.
Stop it. Put the knife away, please.
Spartan, blades with intent. This is my knife of the day.
With intent.
That's their logo, blades with intent. Yep, Spartan. Look at that nice arrow.
It
on
is
there.
very nice. It's
Isn't
pretty.
that pretty? I'm not partial to blue, but I won this on
Hey,
the
where's
knife
your
rights
axe?
raffle.
Remember your axe?
I have it in my office.
You almost cut yourself. Stop it.
No, the
Stop.
dog
Put it
bite.
down.
It's infected. The dog bite is infected. This is nice, right?
It's taking control of his hand.
It's yeah. That's good. That's great.
Yes. So, Yeah, people piss me off with the negativity and the uneducated coming in and not knowing what the hell is going on. That's really pissing me off.
Oh no, it's unreal.
And stand by.
You know, speaking of racist symbols, right? The OKs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a letter here from Brian Goldberg. Brian, you should advertise your volleyball thing at SafeCon, by the way. He says, thanks for the information today. I helped him out with something. I don't think you realize it, but you're a real inspiration for me and probably many others. You've always treated me like I'm one of the platinum members, daily goers, or just a big spender there. Yet I'm really just a nobody for the business. That's a lie. I always feel so appreciated, welcome, and comfortable. Seeing your business grow, all the new people coming in, the radio show, your social media activity, and you have just been there in and out, day in and out grinding is just so inspirational to me. Despite all this crap, that you've gone through and through again, you still have that damn smile on your face whenever I see you. It's medication. By emulating your work ethic and business model, you encourage me to grow my business. However, I envy that I do not get to be around a 2A crowd, regardless of us being hated by millions. But like you said, you get to be you, which sadly some people would see as a harsh or blunt. Yet I truly believe that you are one of the nicest, loyal, and most compassionate gentlemen I know. Damn, and we're not even dating. So...
Can I second that motion?
No.
Okay.
So, that my aunt's rant of the day, please keep me updated on any other charities or fundraisers I can run for my volleyball world. He owns a company. If you ever need help at any event yourself, I would love nothing more to help out. That's why I'm reading this letter. So I set him up. Lastly, I'm extremely interested in setting up the corporate membership at the range. We'll get into that. I hope you win an NRA board seat. I look forward to hearing you. I emailed him already. But Brian, I'm giving you a shout out in your volleyball world. So John, how can Brian contact you?
John at njsafecon.net.
So now we got it. Real quick, I got a huge email from Lisa Rose, who's been at SafeCon every year. She lives in the Piscataway area. She comes to the range all the time. She's been to all 3 SafeCons. She'll be at the 4th SafeCon. And she basically says that I ruined her because, she went to Knob Creek and shot in the machine gun shoot. She's about 62, 63 years old, I would say. And she talks about... Oh, it's too funny. So what happens is she goes to pick up a gun in the range, and she's standing in the members line, and in the back of me is another member, a gentleman of color who later introduces himself as Anthony. They bring my package out to the counter and open up so I can see everything's there, and he's spying over my shoulder. I buy a box of shells and go inside and test it. As I'm leaving the counter, the guy says to me, "What you got in the box?" I said, "Bullpup shotgun." He says, "Well, if you like that, you'll like what I got here." So he tells me he has a DP-12 and introduces himself. I smile, tell him to have fun, and go inside. Since I can only have a few shots, I was done quickly, so I packed up and headed out. As I'm exiting the porch and walk past him, he asked if I'd like to try it, all right? She says, "Who else does this crap like this but our community?"
Right.
I love it.
Right.
Okay, Linda
Right.
Rose. And I talk about this all the time, man. I'll let anybody
Hand
shoot
thousands
anything.
of dollars worth of your property over to a total stranger and say, "Here, play
Anytime.
with this."
I don't care
Yeah.
what color, religion, sex, persuasion, I don't even care what species you are.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
if Winston and his friends had opposing thumbs, I'd let them shoot in the range. I'm going to get in trouble for that, right? So I'm sure, Linda, I'm going to see you when, I forgot. I don't remember anymore.
You don't remember when you're going to see Linda?
I can't.
Let's get back.
I can't.
So this segment was sponsored by SafeCon, njsafecon.net.
Net.
Okay. John, talk to me. What else can people do? Is there going to be food there? This is important.
Of course
Is
there's
there going to
gonna
be
be.
lavatories?
We're gonna have concessions.
Sorries.
Is there going to be lavatories?
Yes.
Yes, you sure?
Yes, there will be a place.
Outhouses
to
or
relieve
internal
yourself. They'll be
plumbing?
inside.
Oh, good God.
You've
Now-
been there before.
Wait, now Vineland had the nice outdoor pergola area where I
Oh,
went
yeah.
up to smoke
Yes.
cigars.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I don't think it was allowed there, but I smoked
It
cigars there
probably
anyway.
wasn't.
Probably
Yeah,
wasn't.
'cause it's a
Yeah,
school
but
campus,
they do have
right.
a very nice. They do have a very nice patio as part of the.
Yeah,
as
that's,
part of the conference
that's where I'll
center.
be smoking my
It's
cigars.
really a great, and that's a community college, right?
It's community college, but it's the Luciano Conference Center. They have fantastic technology.
Mob? Luciano? Like it's a mob joint?
Well,
Luciano?
it's just the
different
name of
The Lucky
part of-
Luciano Learning Center.
No, it's just Luciano.
The
is a
Lucky
family.
Luciano Learning
It's a
Center.
family in Vineland. They donated the money for this conference center.
Who is
Beautiful
of
conference
no
center.
relation whatsoever to Lucky
I bet you
Luciano
they do.
No.
from Philadelphia.
But-
No, because these people are in Vineland. Just keep moving on.
I bet you
But
they do.
fantastic venue, fantastic technology, and they don't nickel and dime you for every little
Yeah.
for
This
every
is a
little thing
community
that you want to
college.
do.
Right.
So yeah, it's a fantastic place. I do get a little bit of pushback on the sense of, well, it's a college, so it's not very gun friendly. But guys, we're in New Jersey. If you're not a cop, nowhere is gun friendly.
Isn't it amazing how somebody?
Exactly.
Isn't it amazing how somebody can always bitch about something?
Oh,
How
you'll
about
find
shut up,
anything? Yeah. and
buy
just
your
come.
tickets,
Right,
and
right.
support it,
Yeah.
and let's go and let's
Exactly.
have a good time.
I get it, because for the longest time I wanted to do a firearms exhibit at New Jersey SafeCon.
Right, you
And
can.
unfortunately, well, you can, but the problem is that the rules are so backwards and contradicting each other that it's
Yep.
a liability nightmare.
Because even the state police don't even.
I was
understand,
absolutely.
right?
I worked on it for about 6 months. I was getting advice from some lawyers, and I basically came to the conclusion that if we did the firearms exhibit, I was going to end up in jail.
That's how. For those of you throughout the country who are in free states, this is what we deal with every single day.
Is this our last segment?
This is we have about 6 minutes left.
Because I
Okay.
had a symbiotic embolism and I forgot.
Did you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I just want to take a moment, since
Please.
we've been
That's
able
why
to
you're
talk
here.
about the conference, and I just want to take a moment to personally endorse Anthony for the board seat, because there is no stronger friend in New Jersey for the Second Amendment or nationally. This guy puts up everything: his money, his reputation, his
Have no
his
reputation.
time,
His freedom.
his everything.
Freedom.
And
It's freedom.
I am honored to know you and have had the opportunity to work with you.
Likewise, John. I would stand side by side with you any day through any shit. I appreciate that. If I don't get nominated by NomCom, I'm still running under petition. I need a few hundred more signatures. It's 651 signatures that required. I want to have about 850 or 900 in case some of those people that signed it are really not voting members, or they put the wrong information or something. So I'd like to have a safety buffer. So by September 15th, anybody has petitions, you can just go on the website, calandrofornra.com, and you can download the petition there. You can print it out. It's a PDF. You can also autofill the PDF and just email it to me, and I'll print it out if it's one signature. But if Warwick Police, Warwick Shooting Range, Bob's down in Vineland, Garden State, Sure Shot, all of these other ranges down there all have my petitions out there, and they're getting signatures for me, which is phenomenal. And I'm getting petitions from all over the country. So thank you for that endorsement, John. I appreciate that. So, Chad Hunt, the photographer, he always sends
Yes.
letters in all the time. He lives in Maplewood, 4 houses away from him, 1 o'clock in the morning. His friend's 20-year-old daughter woke him up at 1 a.m. and said, "Dad, I think someone's downstairs." He
Oh,
came
my God.
face to face with the bad guy, and the dad wrestled with him in his living room as he tried to hold on to him until the cops came. He managed to get his hoodie off, but he got away, which is how they got a video later of his face, which is on the Maplewood and NJ.com. After he left, he went to rob other houses, by the way, because he probably had to get high. The guy was not violent, luckily. My friend said the whole time he was saying, "I'm sorry, sir, please let me go, I'm sorry." He's lucky because the guy used a knife to cut the screen to get in, but he was kept busy trying to put up his hoodie and holding his flashlight and didn't have it in his hand. Cops are still looking for him, and they got footage on neighborhood cameras and everything. But here's the deal. First of all, when a criminal says, "I'm sorry, please let me go," I don't trust what they're saying, because criminals learn to say that to gain your confidence, and then they cut your throat.
Right.
But the other thing, Chad, is you have to pass on to your friend, the dad needs training. A, he cut a screen. Why did he have access?
Right.
Let's talk about learning here. Cutting a screen should not allow someone in your house. Okay, what was behind that screen? Was it just the window was open? Then you got to make it so your windows can only open 3 inches. Okay, there's ways to do that. But to confront him. He did not have you or your family or anyone hostage or at gunpoint or at knife point. Let him go.
Yeah.
You have a 20-year-old daughter. I don't know what other kids you have. When you confront the guy, and I understand the first response is, I'm going to kick this MFer's ass because he's in my house.
He's in my house.
Let him go.
Exactly.
All right, there's no reason he should have been wrestling with him. I don't know how old the dad is, but this guy was, if this guy was in his 20s and in good shape, especially if he's a catch-and-release prisoner, been lifting weights all the day, he will kill you. And then what happened if he killed you? He would maybe kill or wound or maim the rest of your family.
He could be on Special K, K2. He could be on anything.
Correct. Let him go.
Right.
I know it sounds shitty, but I don't know how the confrontation went down. Maybe he cornered him in a room.
Yeah.
And they had a fight, okay?
A fight.
But you know what would have helped? If you came out of your bedroom with a gun, obviously. But if you're not a gun person, most people in Maplewood aren't, how about a 6,000 lumen flashlight?
Right.
Put that in his eyes and let's see him try to find his way out of your house now.
Right.
Okay? But if you don't have handcuffs, you don't have police training, you don't have a gun to hold somebody at bay, the last thing you want to do is be wrestling with this guy. Obviously, he used a knife or a box cutter to cut that screen. He would now kill you. This is the reason why you have to study and train and fortify your house. Well-lit lighting, alarm signs, doors and windows locked, an alarm system locking the perimeter so someone can't get in. These are people that live in Maplewood that pay $20,000, $30,000 a year in property taxes.
Right.
Just so you know, it's a bedroom community, which is where criminals are going to go rob. They're not going to go in their own neighborhoods and rob nothing from nobodies. They're going to go where they think there's somebodies that make millions of dollars a year. Maplewood's all these beautiful, like Victorian, Mansfield houses. You know, it's leafy with maple trees, hence the word Maplewood, right? Next door is the village of South Orange, where crazy Whoopi Goldberg lives.
Right.
So, Chad, please pass this on to the friend. Their house should be well lit, alarmed, and there should be a plan. You know, the daughter said someone was downstairs. Well, Dad, if you thought somebody was downstairs, if your whole family and loved ones were upstairs with you, you never should have went downstairs.
Right.
Should have got on the phone or have your 20-year-old daughter on the phone talking to the police. You should have stayed upstairs. We just had a former military member that killed a bad guy, and when the police got on the scene, they killed him.
Right.
All right, so the same thing could have happened.
Last week we talked about it.
He says he went down and came face to face. What you do is you maintain the high ground. You could say I have a gun too, and I'll use it. Don't come upstairs. Now I don't know the situation. Maybe there was a kid sleeping in the bedroom downstairs. Now if I had a kid or a loved one downstairs, I'm going downstairs.
Right.
You know, I have to try to cut them off from my loved one, you know, but I don't know the situation here, but man, people have to have a plan. How do you allow your screen to be cut and someone to have access to your home at 1 o'clock in the morning? I mean, and these people are professionals, and you know, he probably wasn't armed with a gun or anything, but trap him in a corner and he'll cut your throat or cut your wrist, or maybe he'll bite you and he's HIV positive or he has hepatitis. You just, there's a million scenarios that we don't think of when this stuff happens. But you have to train, you have to plan, you have to look at your house. I know it's a crappy way to live, everybody, but there are certain things you can do where they will rob. They probably didn't rob Chad's house 4 doors away because Chad's been listening to the show forever, and he probably has his house fortified. I want to hear more on that, Chad. John, tell us where, why, when, and how.
NJSafeCon.net. Come out to NJSafeCon September 22nd on a Saturday. Going to be hopefully beautiful down in Vineland. Nice. You know, the traffic's a lot better down south too. I just want to let you guys know that.
Yes. So support John. Please contact him. We have urban pistol, rifle, holster draw, at an urban carbine at our academy. By the way, my October is getting booked up already too, because Masad Ayub will be here teaching Mag 20 and Mag 40 in October. And in October, Jimmy has the long range shooting part 2 in October at the Shooter's Gauntlet, and I'll be going to that as well. So check us out. Go on GunForHire.com. Send us any messages, questions you want. I don't know how this YouTube thing's going to work out or how long it's going to last, but thank you for your support. John, thank you for everything you do. Sandy.
John, once again, tell us what's available for sponsorship.
We have exhibitor spots available, silver and gold sponsorships. You can reach out to me at John at NJSafeCon if you're interested in any of those.
Do you have any spots available as far as exhibitors? That sort of thing?
There's a few spots available. Being down at the college, we don't have quite as much space as we had last year, so it's a little tighter than that.
Send money, buy an ad.
Yeah. yeah, if you can't come down and exhibit, send money, buy an ad. Especially since the entire gun community is going to be down there.
That's right.
$20 a ticket. Everybody buy 5 tickets.
And
one for you,
bring people.
4 friends, family, kids you never. It's kid friendly. Have fun. Bring them down.
Yeah, a lot of
as long
kids,
as they're over 13. Otherwise, I start kicking butt under 12. Go ahead.
All right, well, you've done it again. You've wasted yet another perfectly good hour listening to Gun for Hire Radio. Gun for Hire Radio is a Counterthink media production.
I try.
Using this. Using this broadcast was managed by Cosmo Music, New York, under license of Broadcast Music Incorporated. Do you see what I have to put up with?
Me.
We love you guys.
Help
Winston, please
me.
save us.
Help me.
Winston.
I love Winston.
See you guys next week.
Boom! 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 Message is I can't talk about being taped. I don't know how to
You
shut
realize
this
how
off.
dangerous
There's a
this
red
is,
button.
right?
You should just be able to hit
On
it.
the top?
Yeah,
Or not
yeah.
the side? That erases it, right?
Saving. It says saving.
You gotta hold it.